lethargic, I guess is a great word to use. They looked against Aston Villa just uninterested in that game. And that's on the heels of a 2-2 draw against Brentford on their way back. So, I'm going to try to make a case for Palace here, but, take my words with a grain of salt again that I may be jaded a little bit. And I do agree with Carm. It could be a good bounce back spot for Spurs, but hear me out on Crystal Palace. So here's some trends for the Spurs that I think are alarming and going in the wrong direction. First 10 matches of the year, 7 wins, 2 draws, just that 1 loss. 1.73 expected goals for, 1.12 expected goals against. Pretty solid numbers. Last 7 games, 1.32 goals for, so that's a drop over 0.4 expected goals per game, and 1.47 expected goals allowed. So now they're in the negative differential, and they've gone plus or minus 0.4 to 0.3 either way. So clearly a team trending in the wrong direction. It's short term, sure, but there are some alarming results there. Palace, to me, they're kind of the same team each and every year. They're just the ho-hum, I guess you could say, of the league. They're slightly below the middle of the table. They tend to play to their competition. They'll pull out, decent, surprising results against good teams. They have a couple of draws this year against Newcastle and Liverpool. Look back at some City results. They tend to always give City trouble over the years. But then, against the worst teams in the league, they can throw just terrible performances out there. They lost to Fulham. They lost to Nottingham. They lost to Everton. So they're a hard team to trust in the favorite position, but they tend to perform better when they are the underdogs. They're 4-2-1 against the spread this year in the underdog role. However, it is worth noting that they're 0-2 at home and 4-0 on the road in that role. So take that for what it's worth. But Palace have also played Spurs tough. They've drawn or won each of the last 4 matches at home. So I'm going to lean to them getting a head start here. You can play this simple, just take plus a quarter of a goal at home. I'm going to pair it with a both teams to score prop and try to get a bigger number. So you can parlay Crystal Palace double chance, which is either win or draw, plus both teams to score for a nice plus 165 return. So any sort of a 1-1 draw, 2-2 draw, or any sort of a Palace win, as long as Tottenham is on the board, is going to cash that ticket. And I think I just don't see Spurs running away. They may end up pulling, figuring out a way to win the game, but I think it's going to be closer more often than not throughout this game. So I'll take the head start with Crystal Palace and hope it pulls through for me.